Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Tea Time with Amara. So, I want to share with you an experience I had about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was introduced to a particular sanitary pad. Now, before then, I noticed that I used to have infection. I would have infection every month. Before that, I would have a French every month during my cycle. Now, what happens that is that for every cycle that I have 2, 3 days before my period comes, I would have this discomfort, swellings, and then during the period, I have the itching, and these are things that ladies go through, but maybe we don't talk about it or we take it as normal. Now, I also noticed that I had this particular boil that will always be there. When I went to have my children during my CS, I overheard the doctor saying that, oh, she has what? And I asked what was what, and like, that was important. The main thing was to bring the children out. I had twins, by the way. And so when I got home, I'm very curious person. I went online to check what the main option. This information is a solution to 70% of gynecological disease. Imagine 70% of gynecological disease. So a woman will see her period between 35 to 40 years of her life. During that period, she would have used between around 15,000 pieces. And if you pay attention to what I'm saying, you begin to wonder like, oh, so between 35 to 40 years of her life. It's major, isn't it? During that period of her life, in her body, I want you to understand that the human body is open. All our body is open. We have holes all over the body. If you use microscope to look at us, it's open, okay? And some pieces worth of part. Wow. Something that you want to ask yourself. What's the part made? I never asked myself that question. I never did. Please share this video. Let people to see what we know, get to hear what we're hearing. I never asked myself what the part I'm using made of. I never did. So let me do this demonstration that help us to appreciate and then key into this sanitary that I have also keyed into. The first thing to know is that when I brought out this pad, okay, this is the pad I used to use. I don't know the pad you use if you live in Lagos, Nigeria, like me, but wherever you live, you start asking yourself as a woman, and if you're a man around your wife, your child, your sister, the pad that they use, what's it made of? If you look around, you will see that gynecological issue is getting high. Fine as heavy flow and all that. I've gotten to find that those things are actually not normal. If you use the right kind of pad, those nonsense will stop. Permit me to call it nonsense because if there's a solution, then don't suffer from it, Abby. And so where I brought this one, I can't seal it back. Once I've opened it, I've opened it. If I don't get to finish using a particular pad, a pack of pad in a month, it remains open. And if you're not in touch with the fact that there's environmental or secondary pollution, you just leave it open with pad. 70% of our gynecological is taken care of. Isn't that wonderful? Do you know that as I switch to the right pad, all gynecological, the itching, the wax, the discharge, it stopped. And I have ladies who thought their menopause had come, who their period ceased, that their period came back, gynecological. And when that happened, I just knew right away that it was a product I should promote. And when you bring the right kind of products into the marketplace, and you solve a problem, economy is getting tight. People are complaining financially. I don't want you to be part of people who complain. I want you to be a solution to your economy, right? Yes, complaining financially. I don't want you to be part of people who complain. I want you to be a solution to your economy, right? Yes. So when I brought this one from, I can't seal it back. And if I ask you if this is sealed right now, looking at it this way, that way, you say, yes, it's sealed, isn't it? But here's my hand going in, and you wonder whether tiny creeping things can also go in. So it's not really sealed. But look at this particular pad that I switched to. This is called the Plus Negative Iron pad. See that it is sealed properly. When I bring out the pad I want to use when it's time for my flow, I just bring it out and I seal it back for my protection. Apart from that too, every pad inside is individually sealed so that there is no cross contamination. Very important. Now let us compare these two pads. This is supposed to be sealed, but you see that once I open it, hello, thanks for being in my life. Once I open it, the pad is exposed. Sometimes you may think you need to use a pad, and then you find out that you don't need to use it. Once this is done, the pad is contaminated because there are infections everywhere. Thanks for coming in my life. Please share the video to get people to understand this information. This information has helped many women to overcome lots of gynecological issues. All right, so I open this one now, and it's open. Once it's open, it's open. I want you to note that this one, okay, you see, it will say it's 360 degrees sealed. Please, it is so sealed that even when I dip this inside water, the water does not, because it is sealed. You can see the pad popping up. That tells me that the pad is completely sealed for my protection. Okay? It's sealed for my protection, right? So even when I open it like I've done this one, the pad is still not exposed. I'll have to tear it to bring out the pad. This information will help bacteria breathing. This one is not, it's not gummed area. This place is free, and so it's breathable to discourage the breeding of bacteria. All right. So what next we're going to do right now is to tell you another reason why a woman ought to use our kind of pad. I'm going to be applying water, 50 mils. I'll put it on the local pad first. 50 mils. Water representing blood. 50 mils because that's average flow a woman will do time. Okay, plus negative iron. Be responsible for your health. Don't just leave tomorrow 5 diagnosed or you have fallopian tube blockade. You get married and you can't conceive for different infection. Please, these pads are made from waste. These local pads are made from waste. I'm not trying to run any brand down. They're made from waste, and then after is not, they have to bleach it to become white. Put it in your body, okay? Your body absorbs the chemical. If you were here to touch this one, you will see that it is rough and it is wet. Okay? And the first layer of the pad I switched into where all gynecological issues I had went away. This is the pad that's helping women that has fibroid and different fallopian tube infection, early menopause. It takes care of it. This is dry. I mean, I don't know if you can even see the difference. This is rough, but this is rough and wet. This is dry and soft, made from soft cotton. This is the second layer of my local pad I used to use before. See that it is even still wet. Can you see the water dropping? That's right, it's still very wet. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what makes my pad a healing pad. This is the reason why when you use this pad, my pad, you will not smell, no odor. The woman will always be energetic because this pad helps to improve energy, improves the metabolism. Okay, it will treat different infections. This is called negative iron chip. You can actually, check on negative iron chip. This is called negative iron chip. All right. So that's it. Please make your inquiries on negative iron chip. Now this is the gel. This is the gel supposed to absorb the lady's flow. Our own gel is further wrapped in a bamboo. Bamboo discourages bacteria. Bamboo discourages bacteria. Okay. Bamboo discourages bacteria. So these are the two. What I'm going to do now is to show you that our pad is highly absorbent, healthy and highly absorbent. Healthy and highly absorbent. This is water. They are equal, right? They are equal. So what I want to do right now is I want to see the. I'm going to put pad on inside the water. All right. Now let's give it some time. What's that? Give it up. Yeah. So this is. Yeah. So this is the pad. This is the local pad. This is the last layer made from petrochemical. It's not biodegradable. It's not safe for the body. It's not safe for Earth. This is the kind of pad you're using. No wonder you have those infections. Our pad, like I said, this is a bamboo napkin. Bamboo inhibits bacteria. That's why they use the bamboo stick or the trees to build houses. They inhibit bacteria. So with this in our pad, the woman has no business with infection. If she already has any infection, it will help. I have ladies who have gotten pregnant because our pad has taken care of the infection that was hindering them from getting pregnant. Okay. All right. There's a napkin. I always keep it. Don't trash it. This is the last layer of our own pad. Okay. See that it is biodegradable. If you put a used pad in a farm, right, it becomes manure. So it's biodegradable, safe for the skin, it's safe for the ground and all that. So these are local pad. Let's see what has happened. You can see that all the water that was put in it is still there, it's not able to absorb. And that's why when I was doing this kind of pad, if this kind of pad you're using, you always have to change and change and change. It's kind of uncomfortable. You are hoping the period is over so you can have your rest. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you double plus negative ion healing pad. That's how I love to call it. Double plus negative ion healing pad. And you see that all the water, it has absorbed all the water. All the water has gone. So if I may ask you, how much would you pay for this pad? Remember, I said this pad have the negative ion shape inside. This is what heals. In fact, if you put this in your smelly shoe, smelly forgave her when she was younger. All right, she's using her pad and it reverses it, corrects it, and her period comes back. I want to encourage you to place order for this pad. It's a healing pad. Anywhere you are around the world, we will deliver. What I preach, part of what I preach is preventive lifestyle. Why use your money to buy disease? You want to take care of the flu right now, but you're causing a secondary problem. The pad you're using, if the pad you're using is made from petrochemical materials, if they are made from carcinogenic material, just know that cancer is just by the corner. Infections are there waiting for you. I want to let you know that those monthly cramps you have, those monthly pains, those heavy, crazy flow, those boil, those discharges are not normal. And if you can just send us a message, contact us. We'll help you get this sanitary pad anywhere you are around the world. And you say goodbye to all those discomforts and infections and pain. That's why I say when you use our product, you save money. So negative ion healing pad. Key in, get every lady you know to use this product. Please. Thank you for being here.